They would shoot it. The coach would come do it for me.
Oh, really?
They're like, come on, let's do it right here.
What's up, bro? Back there in the back in the ice bar. What's up? What's up? What's Hey, good evening here on a Tuesday. It is Tuesday in Aromas. It's our Tuesday night live with Smoke and Score Live with Leon and Tracy. And I am Tracy Irvin, your ultimate CEO queen, crushing every opportunity. I'm here with my co-host,
Leon Cersei Jr., All Pro Series Cigars in the house.
All Pro Series Cigars. Yes. And we are here at Aromas at 4372 Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville, Florida, in our beautiful city of Jacksonville, Florida. And we're here at Aromas Wine and Cigar Lounge. You can come here. You still have time to make it.
The juke.
The juke.
That's what we call it, the juke.
It's a juke.
That's what it is. That's what we call it.
It's a juke.
It's called the juke. That's what
it's got a juke. It's got a juke, but you still have time here to make it. And hey, you can come out and have a good smoke with us, enjoy the conversation, have a good drink. Yeah. And we have our live studio audience in the house. What's up, y'all?
Right.
I wish I could turn this around because they just lively.
They are.
They just lively. They just lively. Don't you agree?
Yeah. They had a few drinks. Don't you
agree? Yeah. Don't you agree?
There you go.
Okay, so we have Miss Latrice I want to say Lojal or Lohal. She couldn't make it this evening, but honey, thank you so much for being here on our virtual. We appreciate all of our virtual listeners. Even though you can't make it here live, our virtual listeners are extremely important to us because you are a part of what helps keeps us supported on the social media. So we appreciate you for being here. We do not take it for granted. So just let me know that you can hear us, that you can see us clearly. And we're good. Thank you, Mr. Brian McCray, for coming on. We appreciate you. And of course, we have Miss Tammy Fields in the house, who is the wife of my engineer and producer, Mr. Antonin Fields. She does some amazing work for us, marketing wise, and everything in the background. And we appreciate you so much. And thanks, Mr. Brian McCray, which is one of our great sponsors, Big Boys Cigar Live. They're in the Tampa area. So Latrice says, thanks, Tammy. She said, thank you, Tammy, for making sure you have all the marketing done. So we appreciate that. And we have an amazing guest on this evening, Miss Latoya Shaw. She is a life insurance and asset protection agent. So she's going to get us all the way together and all the way right, because if you've never had the chance to get yourself together and pre-plan for your life, because you know what? In this climate of what we're going through in the pandemic and during this time, there's a lot happening in the world today. And you know what? Partner, we need to get our life together. We need to make sure we have assets together, things together, not just for ourselves, but for our family and for our lineage. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
When you leave, you can't take it with you.
You can't take it with you.
That's what leave with someone.
And that's right, because the government, if you leave it, who's going to take it?
They're going to take it. The government going to take it.
They're going to take it. Mm-hmm. And so, you got a lot of assets, Leon, so we're going to make sure
don't count my money.
You might... Leon, you might want to leave it to me.
Don't count my money.
You might want to leave it to me.
Don't count my money.
Put my name in the blank.
All my money is in
Listen.
It's in the NFL.
Leon, my name is Traci D Irvin, Irven, Ultimate CEO. Put my name in the blank, and I'll be glad to take that money. I love you while you're living, but I love you better. But anyway, we appreciate Latoya being here. She'll drop some valuable nuggets, and we'll come on and chime into any questions that you may have here virtually. So greatly appreciate you all being here virtually. And again, please follow, like, and share us on Facebook and Instagram at Smoke and Score Live, Facebook and Instagram. And we are now live also virtually at the same time, simultaneously on YouTube at Smoke and Score Live. You can follow us as well at Smoke and Score Live on YouTube. So just follow us, and we greatly appreciate the support to keep us going and getting good content.
Let me say something about the followers. We really do appreciate the followers that come on the show. Some of y'all live right down the street, so y'all need to bring your ass on down the road.
Come on.
You
can't. Don't be cursing.
Man, listen.
Don't get us cut off, Leon. Don't be cursing on our show.
I'm all for the virtual. I'm all for the virtual audience that comes in on our show on a weekly basis. I really appreciate it. But some of y'all live on the south side.
It's growing, but it's growing, Leon.
Bring your behind down to Aromas. Get you some wings. Get you a drink and a smoke.
Good for
and guess what it is? That's right, Latoya.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Like LeBron says, Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Taco Tuesday. They got blackened chicken tacos.
They do. They got the beef tacos.
Yeah, $5, and you get a shot.
And you get a shot.
Where's my shot?
What do you want?
I had a tacos, but I didn't have my shot. Where's my shot? Chappie, can you check on my shot? I would appreciate that, Chappie. Thank you, Chappie. Yeah, there we go. Yes, sir. See, we got the studio audience that help you out on all day, everything. We got Mr. Alan Peake in house. We appreciate you. We have Nancy Hayden. Thank you so much for joining us. And Samuel Flagg. Thank you so much for being on our live, and we appreciate the support. So, as usual, we have things going on in the cigar culture, not only all over our nation, but right here in our local area. So, Leon and myself are partnering. We have Ultimate CEO and All Pro Series. We'll be doing a Jacksonville Ultimate CEO Presents Day Party and Cigar Brunch on August the 22nd from 12 to 5. 12 to 5, you guys. And that will be on August the 22nd. All Pro Series cigars will be in the house for their cigars available to purchase. Also, Ultimate CEO Cigars will have their cigars available to purchase on August 22nd at Randy's Nuts on Randy's Nuts.
Okay.
I said Randy's Nuts.
You can't make that up.
I can't make that up.
Randy's Nuts.
Randy's Nuts on Old St. Augustine Road. It's on the corner of Old St. Augustine and Phillips Highway here in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't have the address right on me, but if you will go on our page at Ultimate CEO, you will see the event page. It's $10 entrance early bird fee. Cash out $ Ultimate CEO to get in early, or it's $15 at the door. We're going to have an amazing brunch menu, $10 bottomless mimosas, you guys. Live DJ in the house, DJ Gemini, spinning on the ones and twos. And we're going to also have cigars and a cigar patio available, Leon, for you to do your smoke. We're going to smoke.
Awesome.
We're going to smoke out.
Now, all jokes aside, Randy's Nuts guys an amazing menu. You told me you went there, last week? You had a meeting with him?
Yes, I had a meeting with him. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So he has an outstanding brunch available for us?
Outstanding brunch. He's going to have chicken and waffles, shrimp and grits. He's going to have a scramble bowl with eggs, bacon, sausage, peppers, all kinds of stuff.
Okay, now the bottomless mimosas from 12 to 5?
12 to 5.
And you can smoke outside?
$10, and you can smoke outside. It's a great day. You got music. You got good food. You got good smokes. What else you need?
That's it. Good.
What else do you need?
I'm there.
So y'all look us up at Ultimate CEO. You can follow us, as well as Leon Cersei. You can see it on his page. He will be posting it, right, Leon?
Yep, absolutely. I'll be there.
Right, Leon, right, and he will be there. And we will have our amazing cigars available to you right now because we love the cigar culture, and that's what we're here for. I'm smoking the Ultimate CEO Natural. Natural is Nicaraguan filler and binder, also Honduran wrapper. Very good, very creamy, very flavorful. I love our Ultimate CEO. Me and my business partner have been working. I should say, proper English is my business partner and I. We have been working very feverishly. Is that a word? Feverishly?
Feverishly.
Feverishly part.
Feverishly. Thank you. Okay, feverishly. I done had a crown or two. Wait, ho. Don't do that. Don't do that, Leon. Don't do that.
Shots fired.
Okay, it's shots fired. Okay, so feverishly, we've been working for 3 years or better on this blend, and we have a very amazing blend out of Honduras, and we're so excited to bring these blends to you. We have 3 blends right at this time. We have the Connecticut, the Habana Maduro, and the Barber Pole. And we also have a natural that we came out of. That's what I'm smoking. So it's very good. So what about you, Leon? Tell us about your cigar line.
Actually, this past weekend, my business partner Howard, we did an event in Orlando called Cigars Reloaded. Cigars Reloaded is kind of we go like places to place, different venues where we smoke cigars, DJ, have a party, all that kind of stuff. Tony Glover, it's called the Tony Glover Experience. Actually, Tony Glover is a guy that I grew up with, went to high school with, and he throws these parties in Orlando. Pretty good parties. He has a nice little turnout somewhere between the 200 to 300 people per party. And we did the event in Orlando this past weekend. And what we're going to do, we already talked to Tony. We're going to bring Cigars Reloaded to Jacksonville. So one of the first places we're going to stop, we're going to do Cigars Reloaded. We're going to do one. We're going to do one of the Island Girl cigars on Gate Parkway, and we're going to do one outside of Aromas. So we've already chopped it up with it. We've already made the plans. They're ready.
Great.
So we're going to do Cigars Reloaded, and we're going to bring a little old time flavor, the Jayville, the Duval. We're going to bust some people. We're going to bust some people from Orlando that's going to come to Jacksonville for the event, and then we're going to open it up to the public. So you can look forward to Cigars Reloaded in October. We're going to do one in Island Girl Cigars on Gay Parkway, and we're going to do another one in the Aromas. So I'm excited about it.
Okay, that sounds good. But you know what happens? It'll probably I can't see some of that comment, but that's amazing, Leon. You know why? Because we want to work to bring constantly our cigar blends and bring the cigar culture here to our local city. We love traveling and going out and visiting people and making our cigar line known, but we're right here. We want our people here to enjoy the blends and experience. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. So I'm so proud of that. So we look to, wherever All Pro Series go, Ultimate CEO go. Wherever Ultimate CEO go, All Pro Series.
All day.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Because we partners in the good crime of the league. Okay, in the league. There you go. Thank you so much. And you know what? Let me not neglect. We don't bring in quite often or talk about what we do, but I try to mention our producer and engineer, my business partner with Ultimate CEO, Mr. Antonius Fields. He is amazing. He keeps us all together. So y'all just give him some credit and give him acknowledgement. We greatly appreciate that. We have Mr. Samuel Flagg on this evening. Thank you for being and chiming in. Joe Bacon, thank you for being here on the live. Joe Bacon, somebody say, ow, you know who that is? Oh, you're Joe Bacon. Joe. Okay. Well, very good. Very good. Joe is also in the house live. And then we have Mr. Robert Brown, Grown Ass Cigar Society. You'll hear more about him and our sponsorships in just a moment. And of course, Samuel Flagg. Samuel Flagg said our barber pole is all that.
Nice.
Our barber pole is all that.
You got something that's going on this weekend, don't you, partner? Where are you headed to this weekend?
We're going to Smoke in the Creek, Martinsville, Indiana. In the cut, Leon.
Okay.
We're doing a boutique cigar festival. It's the first of its kind. All the boutique cigar lines will be coming together to support one another to push the boutique cigar lines. Because, we have all the greats, and we love and appreciate and respect the greats for what they've done, and we love their example in the cigar industry, the Patels, the Fuentes, all of those. But you know what? And the Blancos. But we have amazing boutique cigar lines, including our cigars, Leon, as well as you have Karen Berger, Hiram and Solomon. You got some great boutique cigar lines that are doing some amazing things, and it's helping to put the boutique cigar lines out there and to continue to support them.
Well, you got to also remember, partner, that all these great cigar lines, KOs and the Rich Bradleys.
Right.
I mean, they had to start from boutique somewhere.
Oh yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean,
but a lot of them started out with backing too, and money to get them to where they want to be. And boutique cigar lines mostly start out kind of minimal with cigar ordering and having to kind of start at a minimalistic type of cigar ordering. So it's very challenging for the boutique cigar line, and marketing wise, we don't have a whole marketing department.
Well, listen, partner, your marketing department.
We are
your marketing department.
the marketing department.
The marketing department is your cigar. That's your advertising.
And your brand.
It is your brand, your cigar. So if you got a good smoke and you keep them coming back.
Yeah, that's your market. That is your market. So Latoya, I know that you have enjoyed cigars with me every night. That's how we met one another here in Aromas. And we were able to, and I introduced you to our ultimate CEO,
Yes,
Line of
you did.
Cigars, and you enjoyed it. So what are you're kind of a novice right now. You're
Yeah.
just beginning in the cigar. What do you feel about the cigar culture and what you've enjoyed and experienced?
I ultimately just like the vibe. It's welcoming vibe. I don't care if you smoke or you don't smoke or whatnot. It's just a nice vibe. It makes you want to come back and enjoy the atmosphere, the people, the music, everything all together. So if you're older, you want them a little bit slow down, but you want to still enjoy
Correct.
things, then this is a good place to come, especially aromas and the line you have. And I don't generally smoke, but I did try it, and it was nice.
Thank you. I
I'm not a
appreciate
smoker,
it. Yeah.
and I wouldn't mind it. It's just nice. Feel comfortable.
And that's what we want to hear from novices. That cigar experience can make you feel comfortable. Because especially I can speak for me as a female in the cigar world and cigar industry. When I first started smoking over 15 years ago, I felt like the only one. I would walk into a cigar lounge anywhere, I would travel anywhere, I would be the only female, and especially only black female. And so it made a little bit of a difference. It made you feel a little uncomfortable, but I had to ask questions like, how do I cut? How do I like? What do I? But that's what we've worked to do in the culture. Leon and myself, Ultimate CEO, All Pro Series, we're working to make sure that people have education to feel more comfortable. We have cigar education classes, so look out for that we can help people learn how to cut and light about the blends, how you can pair your cigar with a good, your wine, your scotch, your whiskey, whatever you
Okay.
drink, even what you eat. If you like seafood, if you like red meat, whatever the case
That's
may
nice.
be. Yeah. So
That's
it's
definitely good for people just starting out.
absolutely, because it's all about the experience. If you don't enjoy a cigar and it feels harsh to you, you'll never do it again. I promise you. Most people feel like they will not do it again if they did not enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
So you got to enjoy the experience. So Leon, anything to contribute to the experience of smoking a cigar?
I mean, you hit everything on the nail. I come and smoke cigars because, for one, I'm an addict.
You is
I'm an addict.
an addict.
I am. I do. I'm
Because
an
listen,
addict.
All Pro Series, and he can smoke. You can
I'm
smoke
an
different.
addict. I love. I'm not an addict to just the cigars, but I mean, an addict
To the
to
ambiance.
the environment.
To the environment.
Because I've never, and this is truth be told, now I've never met a bad person smoking. And a cigar is, and in most of my business, most of my business meetings that I sit down and I chop it up and I break bread with is with a cigar and a drink.
Yeah.
And you'll be amazed at what kind of deals you'll close
Oh God,
with smoking a cigar and having a good drink.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
yes.
because you put that person a comfort.
That's
And
right.
you're in the comfort zone.
Right.
The conversation is fluent. There's nothing agitated about it.
It's not pushed. It's not forced.
No.
And it levels the
It's
plane.
real
It levels
relaxed.
the playing field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it levels
it's
the
perfect.
Yeah,
yeah
it's real
because
relaxed.
it
It's very
is.
personal.
Yeah,
It
very
is.
absolutely.
That's right.
That's
Chad.
when somebody in the studio all say it's perfect.
It
Yeah,
is. It is. Because you know what tends to happen? People come, no matter what you're smoking, no matter what you're drinking, we're all trying to relax and do the same dang thing
Yeah.
at the same dang time. And so it just brings us all together in that type of realm. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And everybody feels comfortable. Nobody feels intimidated.
Right.
We're all sitting together for the love of the leaf. And if you have a cigar that I feel like you'll enjoy better, or you tell me what you like to drink, I'll help you pair. Most cigar people now have advanced and elevated to what they're doing as far as helping other people. If they're sitting talking to people, they'll ask, "What do you like to drink?" If they're more of a aficionado of sorts, they'll ask you, "What do you like to drink?" So they'll help.
So they'll
you.
know what
They'll
type
help
of
you to
cigar.
advise you. So that's what I love in the culture. We have again Miss Brenda Scott. Thank you for being in our studio audience. She's a awesome supporter. Thank you for being here, Miss Brenda Scott. And we have Andre Tyus. Thank you for saying you're proud of. He said he's very proud of us. Much love and respect. Thank you.
Social.
Heart. That's from the heart. That's from the heart. We appreciate that. And so thank you so much. And don't forget to tag, like, and share. Please tag, like, and share. It helps us to go out to a whole nother realm of people, a whole nother platform when you tag, like, and share. So thank you so much. What do you need? The lighter? He needs the lighter. Okay,
I was
so
trying
we're gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump into a few of our sponsors that we have on this evening. We appreciate our sponsors. Our sponsors are what keeps us going, keeps our content great, and they keep us going from each and every day. Because you know that gas costs to go place to place. These cigars cost. My back, I have to sit here on my back. You know, I have a bad back. You know, I'm a little old. I'm a little elderly. I'm elderly, D. D, I'm getting old, but I look good. Everybody say, I look good.
Yeah.
So you ain't know.
They'll say whatever I tell them to say because they just Okay, so we have a few of our sponsors here. We have Mr. Alan Bird of Bird Global Industries. Did I go on the wrong page? Oh my. Okay, yes, Alan Bird of Bird Global Industries. His number is 904-591-7633 at Facebook and Instagram. Hair Elements Products, the private label product partner to the professionals. With over 20 years of experience in formulating salon hair care products for their own brand, BGI is fast becoming the chosen company to create private label products for their clients. BGI is creating a great e-commerce avenue for their clients to assist them in building a great global brand for their hair care products. You can find them at Hair Elements Products on Facebook and Instagram. They're doing an amazing job. Him and his wife, Miss Christy, she is one of our new supporters and one of our new sponsors that are coming on with Jones and Rose Beauty Products. We're excited about having them that will be coming on. We also have Miss Shawana Boyer of Senshay Fashions, 904-413-1744. Facebook and Instagram, Senshay Fashions, www.ishopsenshay, that's SYNSHA fashions.com. When you are looking for something couture, chic and classy, shop Senshay Fashions. She is not just a boutique, but she's an experience. Every day is a runway at Senshay. Please use our Smoke and Score discount. If you go online with Senshay Fashions, put in SCORE in the discount promotional code, and you can get a discount special with our podcast. Also offering consulting services for other peers to build their own boutique business. That's SenshayFashions.com. Okay, also I need to speak about Mr. Michael Carter, CEO of Carter Boys Entertainment. Carter Boys Entertainment 2017 at gmail.com. Andre, Pico Train, What Goes Around Comes Around. He has that film. He was one of our guests recently. Partner that came on What Goes Around Comes Around, Entertainment and Building Within Unity Within Healing Hearts Incorporated. Mr. Carter presents his new film written and directed by himself and co-director Carlos Smith of Cash Productions. It's a story about 3 kids who grew up together and one committed a crime that landed him in prison. However, another crime he committed, he was not caught for, but came back to haunt him once he became released from prison. So go on YouTube for the trailer. What Goes Around Comes Around. Amazing film. Amazing trailer. Let me tell you something. These guys are doing something great in the local area, in the film industry. So we're so excited about that. And of course, last but not least, I have to mention Jacksonville Cigar Weekend coming up on September 30th through October 3rd. Jade Events, Alumni Entertainment, AJ Reese Clothier's Ultimate CEO, and Diamante Rojo Premier Stogies presents Jacksonville Cigar Weekend. You can go on Eventbrite and get your tickets now. Early bird tickets available. Jacksonville Cigar Weekend. We will have 3 nights, 3 days, 3 nights. Live music, live bands, live cigar blenders, and everything in between. We will have an amazing time. Our first night, our host hotel will be at the Aloft Airport, and we will have an amazing time. My co-host, Mr. Leon Searcy, you will have your cigars available for purchase as well, right?
Me and Howard G will be in the house.
Howard G Cigars.
Jacksonville, you ain't ready.
You ain't ready.
You ain't ready.
Hey, but guess what? You better get what?
You better get ready.
You better get ready.
It's going to be a weekend fest.
A weekend fest, man. We're going to turn. They don't even have a word for turn up.
Huh?
No. They don't even have a word for what we're going to do. It's going to be turn up to the 20th power.
Grown folks weekend.
Grown folks. Let me tell you. And so Thursday night is our meet and greet at the Aloft. Live band, live DJ. Friday night will be at Island Girl Gate Parkway. Saturday night, the big finale, the Black Party, will be at Island Girl Ponte Vedra Beach. Jacksonville, Florida. Let me tell you something. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing time. Let me tell you. There'll be VIP tables available for you to purchase as well. So get on with that. And don't forget, Jacksonville Cigar Weekend. You don't want to miss out.
Hey, next year, partner, we're gonna throw a yacht party.
Ooh.
Y'all think big, partner. Y'all think big, partner.
Leon,
Huh?
I love it.
Y'all throw a yacht party
That's the
next
move.
year.
I love it.
2022 yacht party.
I've been wanting to do a yacht party.
There you go.
So you are in my mind. You're in my head.
That's how I think,
You're
partner.
in my
Hey,
head.
listen.
You're right here.
You think, hey, big things popping, little things stop.
Big things popping, little things stepping. So we're going to move right on and transition to our amazing guest. We have Miss Latoya Shaw, life insurance and asset protection agent. Miss Latoya, thank you for taking the time to come out on our show this evening.
No problem.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. So that's a full order. Your title, life insurance and asset protection. But what is your primary focus or goal when you're speaking of coming out and talking about helping the people and giving people information on how to set themselves up? What is your primary goal in this?
My main thing is to really educate people on the importance of life insurance. The main reason why is when you say something about life insurance, people, the first thing they say is, I'm not old, I'm not ready to get buried yet, because our conception of life insurance is it's final expense. It's when you're dying, it's when you're old, and that's not the case. Life insurance is for your life. It is for you investing in your life. So basically like a human capital amount on your life, which means, and I'll take this in point, Corona season, coronavirus. If you had a life insurance policy in effect, you could have pulled off of that and used those proceeds to pay for your bills.
Wait a minute. Back up. Hold the phone. If I had the right type of life insurance policy, I could have claimed some of the corona incident.
You could have pulled off of your policy to pay your bills, to sustain your life, because that is what a life insurance policy does.
My agent is too.
So you have some people that, and I hate to say it, you have good and bad people in any industry you do. Fortunately, I've done medical. I'm still a nurse.
Okay.
I'm a veteran. So my thing has always,
your service.
Thank you. I've always tried to help people. And when I learned about life insurance, I honestly got upset because we're not taught, and I'm going to say this, and that's not being, racial or anything like that. It's just because we have a disconnect with generational wealth. And it starts because we are not taught the value of life insurance. We're not taught the value of investments. We're investing in our life. That is what a life insurance policy does. We have a gap in that because we're not taught that. We're taught to get a job, retire, and that's it. We're not taught to invest in ourselves. So you'll invest by insuring your car, your home, your jewelry property, but you won't do your life. And I don't understand it. When I actually knew what it does, I was so upset that I wasn't taught to myself. So I immediately got a policy for my children and myself because I didn't have one. And I worked in the medical field for a long time, and I didn't even have one for me and my children because I didn't understand the value of it. So if you get one, the right one, there's a difference between term and I won't go so much in it because my number is available. You can call me and I can help you.
Okay.
But there's a difference between a term and a whole life. People don't understand it. A term is cheaper than whole life. Why? Because that's what it means. Temporary is term. You might as well open up the window and throw money out because that's what you're doing. You don't get it back. By the time it ends, guess what? You are older. You have more medical conditions. You have been on more medications. Now it's going to be higher for you to get it. You may not get the rate you could have got, which would have been a cheaper premium. Men are always higher than females because why? Men take more risks than women. So they're always higher. Okay. So young people, you are our replacement. And I'm going to say this, you are our replacement. Social Security is getting depleted. For us in our 40s, we may get a fraction. We're not even going to get the whole thing that we paid into and worked our whole lives. We will get a fraction. Baby boomers, they'll get some. Your age group, it may not even be here. So what I'm saying is you need to get something now so that you have some type of sustainable income. Because I'm telling you, it is going out. People that say, oh, I can't afford it. If you can pay a light bill, you can get life insurance.
Oh, yeah.
If you can pay your car note, you can get life insurance. If you pay your water bill, you can get life insurance. Them Jordans you went out and waited in line and paid for, You can get life
we need to
insurance.
pull out from going to the
Single
restaurant.
parents
Let it
that-
go to the restaurant.
That's what single parents that say I can't afford. I'm on a fixed income. I'm a single parent. That little 750, 250, 300 you're getting right now in 6 months could pay for a year's worth of your child life insurance, which means you get them the right product in a year, you can pull off of it to get what you need to pay for itself. So there's no excuse really not to have something. So we're not investing in our children to help them step up so they have something. We leave debt. 73, and I'm going to say it, now people get mad. We leave debt.
They need to hear the truth.
We don't leave
They need to hear
nothing
the
for
truth.
them but debt. So these young people, y'all got these YouTubes, you got Facebook, you with the gold in the mouth, you out there making music videos, but you have no life insurance. Something happens to you, you leave your children with nothing. Your family scrambling to try to find a way to bury you, and you leave your children they got to take care of. So what I'm saying is we need to get it together. If you have a policy that you go through your job, you don't own it. If you go through your bank, you don't own it. If you go through a car company, your home auto insurance, you don't own it. AARP and all that, you don't own it. You are in a group whole life insurance. Last time I checked, a life is single. It's one life. I'm not in a group life. When you become expensive for them, they drop you. You are not the owner. They are the policy holder. The shareholders and trustees of that corporation are the owners of your policy. You can have the paper all you want. I tell people the analogy is you go buy a car. You may drive off with it. You may pay it for it. Insurance in your name, but at the end of the day, there's a lien holder. They are absolute. Policy holder is absolute. They have infinite ownership of your policy, which means they can turn it off. They can change your beneficiary. They cannot pay, and they can drop you. So you're paying for something you don't earn. And I try to tell people, so they get kind of upset, but I'm saying, I don't come to the hospital. You don't come to the hospital, tell me how to do your job. I'm telling you because I'm trying to help you. But we have a Uncle Tom mentality because it's been engraved in us so long, that division.
Now you talking.
And when you can't get it together, and it's set up so we can't come together to create Black generational wealth, to upstand our social status. Because if I come to you and tell you the same stuff that white person tell you, be like, what you trying to sell me? It's automatically defense. But a white person come tell you the same thing. Oh man, you know what? That's good. I need to get that. And it's that generational engraving that's engraved. You don't even know you're doing it. But it's the automatic distrust of a Black person coming and telling you the same thing that someone else just told you. And so I'm real blunt, but I'm honest. But at the same time, I care. And a lot of people that's in this business do not care. I care. So I'm going to tell you what can and can't help you. And life insurance is the basis of anything to build a wealth. Is the basic thing is life protection. And that's as simple as a life insurance policy.
Just a life insurance policy. Go ahead, Leon.
Well, Latoya, you already answered one of my questions. I was going to ask you the difference between term and life insurance. That term is just basically throwing your money away. Now, if you initially go into term life insurance, how can you convert that to regular life insurance? How can that be an asset to financially where it's accumulating interest and gaining money while you invest in it?
A term does not build cash. A term policy does not build you cash.
Word.
I don't care what agent come and tell you that, they lying. A term policy is temporary. That's why it's so cheap than a whole life. A whole life will build you cash value. Every carrier is different on the percentage it builds. The only way a term benefits you, and I would tell anybody, is if you're doing it for mortgage protection. You know why? You have a 30-year mortgage. You get a term CBO. Notice I said CBO. A lot of carriers don't have it. It's maybe one or two carriers that do it.
CBO stands for what?
Continuing benefit option, which means it give you back everything you paid into it. There's a 100 and a 50. A 50 gives you back 50% of what you paid. 100 gives you 100. So you got a mortgage. You're going to have 30 years. You and your wife take out a CBO, say $175,000. Insurance is based on a few things: age, gender, and your physical. If you young or middle age, you get one, you might pay about $40, $60, a month. At the end of those 30 years, you have that escrow and equity. If your escrow is more than your property you pay, you got to pay taxes on that because it's more money. Okay? So at the end of the 30 years, whatever you got left, you get that lump sum back. You use it to pay off your property and your home. Then you get an irrevocable trust. Irrevocable trust, which means it cannot be changed. And you leave that for generational lineage.
So if you're in a business, if you have a business, how do you do the trust? If you have your own business, if you're a business owner.
So for people that are self-insured or self-businesses, they say, I don't need life insurance. But you need one because you know why? You don't have a plan for the end life. What assets are you going to liquefy to sell off to pay your estate? For right now, the estate tax 2019 is 11.4 million. 37% rate is the estate rate. It used to be 600,000. It is 11.4 million. Now with the bailouts, crazy. With the COVID bailouts, with the payments that's going on, and population going up, guess what? So will your tax exempt rate is going to start going up, and it's going to go down to where you're going to pay more. A third of your stuff is going to go to taxes. A third of your real estate will have to be paid to taxes.
Latoya, what type of life insurance, since we understand that whole is better than term, what type of whole life insurance policy would you suggest that people would sign up for? What's the best type? Is there any type of brand or type that we should do?
Fortunately, I'm able to do 21 carriers. So I'm able to look at the person and what they need, and then whatever health they have going on. And I'm going to find the top 3 in your budget, because you need to make sure it's something you can afford and keep. The thing is, you need to keep it. But what I will say is this: annuities and variables is something that people that have money, they already are sustained and they have money. And I think you asked me that about if you have money, you want to put in annuity and a variable. You know why? It's protected. It's in a bubble, and it builds you cash. Okay. Anything that's outside of $9,999.99 is taxable. I don't care if you have any savings. I don't care if you have an IRA. I don't care if you have a Roth. I don't care if you have any checking account, which is why when you go file taxes, they ask you, what's in your checking account?
Yes.
What's in your savings account? What do you have in property? Because you have to pay for that. But it doesn't build you anything. So you put it in the annuity, you put it in a variable, and it gains you money, a fixed one. It's a fixed amount, and it builds that. So that's what people use for nest eggs. That's what people use to early retirement, because you're going to need that to sustain your amount when you retire. So you're not paying off stuff.
So, I mean, these are essentially tax shelters.
Yes, they are. They are tax.
I mean,
yeah, they are protected.
Big service.
You got that loan money, so you know.
So I live till I'm 95 years old. So, what would be your equivalent to where I should maneuver my money so that when I go to the room,
the upper room,
I go to the upper
room,
I want to make sure that the IRS doesn't their hand the equity set aside
for the estate. So for that question, you would do an annuity and variable. A fixed amount, which means you pay a certain amount each month for that money to be protected. It gains a percentage. And then what you do is you put it in an irrevocable trust once it gets to a certain amount, so it is protected. So that way they can't come in and pay for it. So people don't understand, you may pay your house off, but you still owe property tax, which means they can come and take your house.
Correct.
Even though you done paid it off, because that property tax is due. And if they don't have a third of that property tax equivalent of what the property in your market area is, they're going to still take that. So for senior citizens that's on fixed incomes, it's 2 of them. One may die. Guess what? It's still the same bills for 2 people, but that one person on that one fixed income. A life insurance could have made sure that they had the money to sustain it, so that person isn't kicked out their home. That person isn't having to go live with family. And
that happened to my mom.
And that happens a lot to people. So we don't ask these questions, which we need to start asking these tough questions. Do you have something? If you don't have something, we need to get you something. Check what people have. Old life insurances that was done in the 70s, 80s, your life expectancy was short. They end before 95. Most of them end at 90. So while people think they have coverage, they don't have enough, because it's going to end and shut them down.
So Latoya, and speaking about that, I want to talk about the baby boomers and people that have young people in college, going to college. You know, the college expense right now is so astronomical. And now with the pandemic, what's the best way to try to save, or what is your suggestion in helping young people go to college for families?
So for children, I don't write them under as riders, which you can, but it doesn't build them cash. It doesn't help them. So for children, people say, well, I have Gerber. Well, Gerber ends at 18, and then it's going to cut them off. And you got end up getting a whole nother policy that's going to have the 18-year-old rate. So what you do is, I do is a universal life. There are 2 companies that actually will do it to where it automatically will convert at 18 for the same premium.
To have that money invested.
So in a year, you can pull off. So what it basically means that, say you get one that, case in point, if you're 50 and under, there's a company called National NG that is really good for 50 and under that will go up to $1 million with no medical.
No medical.
No medical. And will go up to
Wow.
$1 million if you're 50 and under and you're in good health.
Okay.
So the thing I like about them is they will pay the cash value and your death benefit.
Oh.
Most of them will not. At 85, it will automatically convert to where your cash value will start keeping that policy in place. So people don't understand that. If you borrow from your cash value, you shorten your policy. If you borrow from your cash value, it will automatically start converting it back to where you lose coverage and it will not go out till you're 100 years old.
Okay.
So you got to make sure the right product. So you need somebody that is education on life insurance that can actually help you get the right one. Most people out there just to sell people stuff, and they will give them the time for anything. And I've seen that a lot where I've had to replace, and I've helped. I'll replace. I'll call and help you surrender it and get it together and get you something that will help you.
Okay.
So for children in colleges, I tell them if they got a job, make them get their own policy.
Their own policy is better for them.
It's better for
To
them
build up
because
the
they
money.
own it. They can pull from it themselves. And you want to let it mature. So about 5-10 years mature, they can pull off of that cash
And
value
get money
and
if they
still
need
generate
it.
cash to where it still generates. So they can
smart.
pay off them school
That's
loans.
smart. That's smart.
They can pay off so they don't have that debt coming back to them after
Once
graduating.
they graduate, they'll pay off their
Right.
student loans.
If they want to start a business, they have that
Right.
money to do that. We can give them something to help them in that next step of their life
That's good
versus
stuff.
nothing at all.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff.
No, Latoya, I'm an advocate that I was a former professional athlete. And I understand there's a daunting trend that's going on in the NFL where 85% of the players in the league are American, and 78% of the guys who lead the league end up broke. All right, so I'm an advocate of athletes being able to protect their assets and have money afterwards once they finish playing
Yeah, because how
football.
can we prevent that?
And you're you're an asset manager. Sector. I mean, what would be some of the key components or things that you have lined up that the professional athletes that make these millions of dollars, what should they ultimately be investing in? Because they've got so many people that come around them and tell them to invest in this, that, whatever. But like I said, I'm an advocate of making sure these athletes that go and play professional football, to make sure that once their careers are over, that they have money set aside and not only take care of themselves, but take care of their families and generational.
Their assets.
So the 2 things that make money and people understand is real estate investment and life insurance. I mean, they make money. They create generational wealth.
Real estate.
So when people are athletes and stuff, they make all this money, but they don't put anything for in case something happens. In case you get disabled, in case you get hurt, you're not bringing that income in. So 2 things they can do is they can do a life insurance and IUL, so they can build that capital. They have it to pull off, and they can also do an annuity investment with the summer retainer, so they have stuff in case they get disabled. They have an end plan, so that way they can build off. They can have residual income, and that's what that builds, a residual income. So that way they're able to pay a fixed amount over a certain period of time until their life is exhausted. And that's what that does. So it's different options with life insurance. And I tell people, if your life insurance doesn't do anything for you, then you clearly do not have the right life
have the
insurance.
right policy. I'm rethinking mine at this time, at this current time, because we appreciate you so much, Latoya. You dropping some good nuggets, man. Yes, listen, Latoya, you fire, girl. Listen, I had no idea when we talked that you had all that in you.
That's the thing I tell people. If you don't know, you don't know. And that's the problem. We don't know. You don't have people educated. My goal, and I hope this helps people to understand it. If you got a question, I tell people, call me. I don't mind looking over your policy to see what you have. And I'm real honest. And I'll tell you, this is not worth the paper.
And we need that. We need the honesty and people to help other people to be able to have what they need, to be able to appropriately help them with their finances. So we'll get into that in just one moment. And I just want to shout it out. Tammy Fields jumped on and made a comment for any questions. If you all have any questions while Miss Latoya Shaw is here dropping all this free information, because normally you got to pay thousands of dollars for this good stuff. So if you have any questions, please chime on the live. Give us a comment, give us a question, and I will ask her. So just let me know, and I can read it here. So Latoya, how can folks get in touch with you? What is the best phone number? Facebook, Instagram? How do people get in touch with your website, whatever?
Well, you can call me at 904-383-0385. And
Repeat that one more time.
Sure. 904-383-0385. And that is not an answer machine. That is my personal directly to me.
Check that out.
You can text me as well. I will get back with you and I will assist you and set up a time and day I can come look at, or Zoom, or whatever we need to do to get you together, because I really want to make sure that we all get ourselves insure our lives, educate ourselves, and improve our social status as well as our families.
Do you have a website or anything that people get in touch with, or
I do,
Facebook or whatever?
I have a website and a Facebook, but I generally would rather people just call me because it's so impersonal when you do that.
Not that service.
And I'd rather you call me, and I'm a talker. Okay, I could talk. So
people don't do that anymore, Leon. People don't ask you to call them on the phone. So that's a plus. That's a plus. That's a blessing.
I don't have office hours, so
that's a
just
blessing.
call me.
Okay, so we have a question that just chimed in from Latricia Lahol. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But she says, do you help with someone over, let me see, do you help with coverage for parents 60 plus?
Yes, insurance is for everybody. There's Aetna has joined in it. And when I'm talking about 21 cares, so the state of Florida is really trying to push to educate people on life insurance. You know why? Because it's depleting the death benefit that people are applying for. That's going away. I'm just going to tell people ahead of time. That's going away. It's going away. It's going down every year. It's $225 right now for 2021. It will go down again in 2022 until it's zeroed out and exhausted. So you either have or you don't have. So it's getting real where people need to get their own stuff. So if people say, I'm under somebody's policy, my mom got it for me. Okay, you need to get your own. When you turn 25, you're dropped as a child anyway. So you need to get your own policy, because that one's muted. And if the policyholder ownership did not change, it's no longer relevant. You will not get paid for it.
So she's asking.
But I will,
it's
up to 89. We can write up to 89 years old with Aetna. They're going all the way up to 89 years old to insure someone if they don't have it. And I'm going to tell you, the older you get is not cheaper. However, something is better than nothing, because if you don't have nothing to help, something will help your family, because your debt does not go away. When you sign rent agreements, when you sign furniture agreements, when you sign anything that is a binding legal agreement, someone has to pay that. Yeah. Even when you die. So when people say, well, I don't care, I'm going to be dead and gone. Okay, but you might not care. But somebody's going to own that. And that's not fair to your family of your loved ones that's already struggling.
Absolutely.
That you can't do it. When you can go out and buy food to eat, you can go out and, you can buy stuff you want so you can pay for life insurance.
Okay, she said, Latricia said, thank you so much. That was a great answer to her question. She appreciated it.
Call me, girl. I'll help you.
And she said, repeat your phone number. So I'll repeat it. I think I have it here, 904-383-0385.
Yes.
Latoya Shaw. You can reach her, Latricia, okay?
Now, I got to ask you a question, Latoya, because, I'll start receiving my pension benefits from the NFL, and I can take it out when I'm 55, or I can wait till I'm
55 with no penalty.
55 with no penalty. So and it's a nice chunk of money that I get every month. I mean, what should I be doing with that money? Let's just say it's 10 grand.
So so you need to take one of those.
So what should I do with that?
So you should take a third of that and put it into an annuity and variable.
I already have an annuity in the 401k.
You have the right one?
Well, the NFL provided me with.
You have the right one?
I don't know if I have the right one or not.
Annuity.
Because you have fixed, you have deferred, you have different ones, but they all have. And I'm going to tell you, some annuities are good, some are bad. The one that is really good that the state that we do is the thing. You have 4 caps with annuities, as I'm sure you're well. Okay, so the one that NFL is probably doing is one that is a deferred. Is it deferred?
More than likely.
You need a fixed one. So we can talk about that, but you need to do a fixed one with at least a third of that income, so that you can have that retirement money already nest egg already set. So you can put that in irrevocable trust. So you can have, if you have more than one that you want to do, you can do that to lead to certain areas and to certain people to protect what you have going on.
So I can leave that.
And then that can't be touched. It can't be changed, especially when it's in the state.
If my kids ain't acting right, ain't
So you can put my name on that, Leon. If your kids,
you can do a charity.
Yeah, if your kid's not acting right, you can put my name. My name is TRACID Irvin IRVN. You put my name in the blank, Leon.
Yeah,
that loan money.
You can do a charity.
I'm just joking. No, my kids didn't want.
Okay, so I would like to ask another question. We had another question that just chimed in on our virtual. Thank you so much for your interaction and your questions on our virtual listeners. Somebody asked the question, Latoya, if they're a woman of a certain age, 50 plus, and they haven't gotten a life insurance policy, is it possible to get some type of life insurance policy started? Is that it's not too late?
No, it's not too late.
Okay.
It's never too late to get some type of coverage. I'm gonna say that. I've worked with people who insurances have told them no for their children because they disabled, because they may be having bipolar and they on Social Security.
What about that one thing on the insurance thing? It says, "Are you a smoker?"
So
I'm just saying it's on the thing.
So if insurance does ask that. If you're a smoker, smoking rates are
Cigarette
higher.
and cigars.
However, you have a few of them that will say, okay, do you plan on quitting in the next 3 years?
No.
But cigarettes and cigars, how should you answer that?
It doesn't differentiate.
You lie. You saying you lie. Okay.
I didn't say nothing. What I said was.
Listen.
What I said was.
It's the difference between cigarettes and cigars.
It says tobacco products.
Correct.
It says, some say nicotine, some say tobacco. So some carriers say nicotine, some say tobacco. If it's not nicotine, it's not nicotine.
There you go.
So the answer to your question, Brenda, is that the life insurance is never too late.
No.
You can get a life insurance policy right now and start it out, and you can still pay for it and get it covered and still have coverage.
Yeah, it's 3 carriers that are in the program right now. And when I say program, what I'm saying is the state has programs where they have wanted carriers to come in and be regulated, because life insurance is not regulated, first of all.
Okay.
That's why you have these companies that's able to write decreasing term policies and sell it to people's whole life. And America is a big one that does that. People that have colonial pen, those are all graded policies, which is why they say they accept everyone, which means they don't pay the first 3 years in the event that you die.
Okay.
Yes. So, and they have 12 different company names. Okay. So I try to tell people, yes, ma'am. I try to tell people you need to check and see what you got. I can look at it and tell you. And it's,
we're gonna talk after this. You and I, we haven't talked that far.
And which one? Yes, and some of them have clauses in there where they have up to 6 months to pay you if they choose to. I don't know about anybody else, but 6 months.
That's a long time.
It's a long time to decide if you're gonna pay or not.
That's right.
And some don't start for 4 months.
Wow.
So you have to. It's a lot in there. Lingo that people don't understand because they don't read them 20 pages when they get their policy.
Let me tell you something, guys. All of our listeners out there, virtually as well as live here in this live studio audience, this is some good stuff. Because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, you want to make sure you have coverage in anything that can happen to you in this pandemic, in our climate, in this society, this economic climate. People don't have money to be waiting like that.
No.
And that's some deep information. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I did not know that. And I appreciate the information. Latoya, you have dropped some good stuff. Like, I had no idea of your knowledge. And I'm so grateful that you came on and shared what you do. Because it's very pivotal. It's very impactful for our audience and for people to know. Because people need to have this type of nest egg.
Yeah,
they need to have this covering for if something happens to them or their family members. Because how many times have you seen now where people go on if their family members die, they haven't have a fish fry and a cookout,
donations,
donation,
and GoFund is no longer available.
GoFundMe is no longer available, so y'all know.
So no more GoFund.
You can't do GoFundMe
at all.
So you can forget that. So you need to have some coverage for, and it's inexpensive. It's a little bit.
It's a little bit.
To get
budget
to where
yourself. We budget for stuff we want to do, but we won't budget for a life policy. And young people get it so you can use it so you don't have debt. Get it so you can pull off of it.
Yes.
Parents get it for your children so they can pull off of it when they get old enough. Yes. So it's not just for elderly. It's just not for people that's dying. It's for everybody. Life insurance is for everybody. Yeah. It is securing life and putting a capital amount on your life. It's human capital.
It's human capital.
That's what it is. A loan that don't get out. It's a loan that don't go away, that you can pull from, that you don't have to pay back because it is for your life.
And you can pull from that money.
Yes, you can.
Instead of paying other people for other stuff.
For loans that you got to pay back and you can't afford and you get more in debt.
Yes.
If you had a policy, you could have
pulled from that insurance. Get your life insurance.
And still had the same face amount to get buried with.
That's good stuff. Oh my God. Latoya Shaw is in the house. She is on at Smoke and Score Live with Leon and Tracy. If you didn't catch the phone number, you can get it in the thread. We have announced it. But again, Latoya, give us your phone number one more time.
It's 904-383-0385. So you guys can call me or you can text me if I don't answer. It's because I'm helping somebody and I'm always helping someone. And I go to churches too and talk to people at the church.
Wonderful.
And I try to go to senior citizen homes and talk. And I tell people, if you want to get people together, have me come over and talk, that's fine. Because
I got a lot of work for
we don't talk at church about it. We talk about everything else until there's a funeral. And then they want to talk about it. But we need to, as black churches out here, we need to be talking about it to the
proactive. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that don't have. You pay tithes, but you won't get life insurance policy.
Whoa.
But the church won't talk about it, though.
On that note, I dropped the mic if I can drop the mic.
I'm just saying.
She dropped the mic.
If we helping the community, if we helping our congregation, if we helping our people, then you should be telling them about life insurance. You should have somebody that'll come and help them get life insurance instead of waiting until you presiding over a funeral.
You better say that. You better say that.
Can you invest your time? I'm asking.
You can invest money.
Leon.
You can invest money. You invest in the money in your life, in yourself, in your children. You can invest it the way you start their own. When they get old enough, let them pay for it themselves.
Investing in Jesus.
I wrote one for a 21-year-old. A 21-year-old yesterday, $100,000, and it's gonna pay out $500,000. But by 10 years from now, they'll have $40,000 they can pull off. And they paying $21.38 for the rest of their life. So whether they have a heart attack, whether they have a stroke, whether they turn 31, 41, 51, it won't change unless they choose to add to the face amount. And so that's what I'm saying. It's very important to go ahead and get something now. Invest in your children. Invest in yourself. If you have an older family member, get them some coverage. If you got to go get together and everybody help pay for it, all the children pay for it out of one account every month, then do it so that the way they don't lose that stuff they done paid for. You don't lose that home. You don't lose that stuff because you got to pay taxes on everything. Even when you die, they coming for no tax money.
And no one's going to tell you about this.
No, they're not.
No one's going to tell you about this. They're just going to come for the money.
That's it.
No one's going to tell you about this. So you got to be proactive instead of reactive. So if you're on this live, please tag, like, and share this information to a loved one. Even if you don't love somebody that much, share it to somebody.
Share the video.
Share the video.
Audience has a question.
Oh, audience got a question. I'm sorry. What's that? Burial insurance and life insurance. The difference.
There is a difference, and I tell people they get kind of upset. There's a difference between a life insurance and I call it a death policy, okay? Because burial insurance is they say, I went to the, they're gonna get mad at me.
No,
I went to the funeral home and I got a burial thing, and I said, no, what you did was you went to a funeral home and you paid for a plot, and they sent an application over to somebody to say life insurance. I said, but that's not life insurance. That is a death policy with that funeral home for you to be buried there. That still does not pay for your funeral. That does not pay for your debt. That does not pay for your bills that you leave. That doesn't pay for anything else. The family still got to come up with money. So I tell people that's not a life insurance policy. You need to get it yourself because they're not going to tell you that, because at the end of the day, that's money for them.
It is. And if they want to have a service, you got to pay for the service.
You got to pay for the service. That just pays for the service
You gotta
and
pay
your
for the
flowers
flavor.
being read. Okay.
Somebody gonna say
That's gonna pay for someone,
amazing grace.
Yeah.
Hey, partner,
How sweet.
just leave me on the bus stop.
Okay, and for that note, cremation is going up because that is
You hear
the
about
option
that?
that people
We
are
gonna
choosing.
put the
Hey,
Steelers and the Jaguars jersey.
Cremation prices are going up. People say, well, just cremate me. It's cheap.
Nah.
It used to be. Cremation is $5,000 now, and it's going to
That
continue
went
to
up.
rise. Because guess what? That's what people are choosing. So $5,000, you still need to get something.
That used to be $2,000, about
It is
$2,000.
$5,000 as of 2019, and it's going up.
Hey, just,
Wow.
hey, partner,
This stuff expensive, babe.
partner. Hey, partner,
Stuff expensive.
just leave me on the bus stop with a bus pass.
With a bus bag. Listen, I'm gonna prop you up and I'm gonna put your Steelers jersey on you and your Jaguar helmet.
That's all I want.
Let me tell y'all something. Okay, we could go all day long because you know what? Latoya is doing her doggone thing. Let me tell you. If you want to get in touch with her, you see the phone number here, 904-383-0385, or just go on to our Ultimate CEO page and you'll find her phone number and you get more in touch with her, because we hope that this brings her a lot of business, because you know what? You didn't have to do this and drop nuggets. She came on here. This didn't cost a whole lot to build her business, you know, but she loves people, and I can tell her heart for this, and I can tell your concern and your truly authentic heart to help people get their lives together for preparation, and we appreciate it. So you all need to get in touch with her, and we appreciate you all so much for being on here. That's why you.
I just thank y'all for having me. Anytime I can help people, that's awesome for me.
Thank you. So we're gonna jump right into sports. Leon, what you got going on in the sports world? What's happening in the sports we got?
And listen, nothing's really going on this week, partner, but game week.
Game week.
It's game week. Jacksonville Jaguars got a preseason game this Saturday at 7 o'clock against the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
All right.
What time is that?
The game is here in Jacksonville in Duval. We better have at least 45,000 fans there for the game.
Well, I won't be.
All right. It's a preseason game.
I'm gonna be in Indiana.
You're gonna be in Indiana, but no, this is going to be the first opportunity that the Jaguar fans are going to actually see Trevor Lawrence in full play. All right, I don't know how long he's going to play, but more than likely he's going to play at least a quarter or a couple of series. So I've had the opportunity to go out to the practices of the last couple of weeks, and everything is advertised. I mean, he's poised. He's got a rifle for an arm. The guy is a winner. Urban Meyer, he's been assertive and getting the guys going for practice, and I'm excited about the season. It's called off-season optimism. I'm always optimistic about the Jaguars until they start playing games. All right, so I mean, last year I was the same way, but this year has a little flavor, different flavor to it. You know, because you got Trevor Lawrence, you got Urban Meyer, you got a new coaching staff, you got a new feel, a new flavor. I call it the new Carl Smith here in Jacksonville. So I'm excited for this week. It's game week, and we play the Cleveland Browns on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be on the regular news channels, and it's going to be on NFL Network. So I'm excited to see what the new Jaguars are going to do this season.
Are you a football fan?
I am on certain teams
Who's your team?
I was going to say, who's your team?
teams that win.
Well, you're going to root for the Jaguars. So that ain't your team. Who's your team?
But they got nice uniforms.
That's
what Cat Williams
That
said.
don't count.
That's what Cat Williams
Oh yeah,
said.
that's true. I saw it when he said that. That don't count.
That's what he said.
Now, are you from Duval?
I'm from Georgia.
Are you from Georgia?
Yeah.
So you're a Falcon fan?
No.
You're not a Falcon fan?
No, they suck. I mean, no.
Who you like?
I like Tampa though.
Oh.
It ain't good for Wayne Brady.
Wait, but how long you been a Tampa fan? That's true.
Recently,
Just say Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
At least you honest about it.
I mean, yeah.
Listen, you pick the winner. Ain't nothing wrong with picking the winner.
Yeah.
They're picking the winner. They're the favorites to go back to the Super Bowl.
But I was looking for who was they playing for last?
The Chiefs.
I was looking for Kansas Chiefs to win because they really underdog, but they was really good.
They were.
They were.
They do.
I think they got cheated out of that.
No, they didn't get cheated. They had no offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line was
Offensive line was hard. They took a nap. They ain't playing the game.
But
But no, you picked a
But
good
they
team.
were pretty good.
No, Tampa Bay is a team. Listen, anytime you got the GOAT, Tom Brady, number 12, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, he know his thing. I ain't gonna take it from him. He good.
Oh, he's the greatest.
He good.
He's the greatest quarterback to ever play in the NFL, in my assessment. He's the GOAT, period. Not a comma, period. GOAT.
Well, he got 7 rings.
That's a big statement.
We got 7 rings.
He's got 7 Super Bowls.
7 Super Bowl rings,
Which is
right?
crazy. When you think about it, just think about that. I played 11 years in the NFL. He's got 7 championships. He's got more championships in almost years I played in.
I mean, he had a post where he had all of them like this.
Oh yeah,
He was on there,
yeah,
and I was like, that don't make no sense.
it don't make no sense.
When you
But-
were retiring, then he retired, and then he came back out to play for Tampa, right?
Well,
he
no, he hasn't retired yet. He just turned 44
I
years
thought he
old.
had retired.
No.
No,
No, he didn't retire. He just turned 44 years ago.
it's
last
about time for him to retire, though.
No.
Tom said he want to play till he's 50.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Yeah, that's the rumor. I mean,
That's
I
the
would
rumor.
say if he can get another 2 or 3 good years and he feels healthy enough, why not?
You think he can go another 2 or 3 years and get 2 more
I
champions?
mean, if his body allows him to do it, hey, give it a shot. He has nothing to prove at this point.
I mean,
so-
not with 7.
Yeah, I mean, for now he's just playing for the love of the game, and he definitely does that.
And he brought back somebody with him, didn't
He ain't playing for the love of the game.
he? He ain't playing for the love
He
of
don't
the
want to take his ass home. That's the problem.
He don't want nobody else to get that.
He don't take his ass home.
He brought somebody with him, though.
He don't
Didn't
go home. He don't want to go home.
he bring his friend with him? Then he bring somebody with him?
Oh, he brought Gronk.
He brought Grunt with him.
Gronk.
Yeah, he brought Grunt with him. Brought Grunt with him.
So it ain't about the love of the game.
Yeah.
Not at this point, not after 7.
He don't want to stay home with that beautiful supermodel that makes about $40 million a year. He don't. I'm gonna tell you, when players play beyond their time or whatever,
It's a reason.
It's a reason. It ain't for
Yeah.
the love of the game. It ain't for the,
You got a point. You
He
got a
don't want
point.
to stay his
Yeah.
ass home. That's the problem.
Too many kids around the house. You don't know what
Kids around, wife nagging, take out the trash, cut the lawn. Why you left the seat up in the bathroom? That kind
Now
of
that
stuff.
is the problem. Now the seat do need to come on. Cause we sit down in the seat. We don't look. We just sit down because we think y'all don't put the seat down.
You don't see that the seat is up.
No, because we just assume y'all gonna put the seat down. We go in there and splash and be like, what in the world?
Unless y'all want to.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
See that because you grew up with brothers,
There
so
you
she
go.
know the check.
Nine brothers.
She know the check because she grew up with number of brothers.
if your booty hit the water, that's a jacuzzi.
That is not a jacuzzi. When you have them tablets in there to clean that toilet water, that is not a jacuzzi.
That ain't our fault.
Somebody found.
You need to take a look before you sit.
Well, it's dark. You be tired. You sleepy. You going to the bathroom. Y'all gonna put the seat down and wipe the seat with y'all little splashes. They'll wipe the seat because if stuff go back there, wipe the seat. Wipe it.
That's why he's still playing. That stuff right there.
Well, that's probably why he's still playing. He
Yeah.
don't want to wipe the seat.
I changed my mind. You right, Leon. That's why.
It ain't the love, huh?
He don't want to wipe the seat. That's what that is.
What's going on with basketball?
Huh?
Basketball.
Was basketball?
Well, yeah, you got free agency that's going on
Free
right
agency
now.
going on right now.
Well, I mean, right now they got the summer league going on.
Yeah.
A lot of the rookies and a lot of the free agent players are playing in the summer league right now. The NBA basketball is going to start in a couple of months anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just excited because my Lakers introduced Russell Westbrook as their new member of the
Yes,
Los
they
Angeles.
did.
The link shows
he
in the
went
house.
over there? Westbrook over there?
Yeah, Russell Westbrook is a
Okay.
He got traded draft day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
The lake show, baby.
They trying to
Now
go ahead.
the one thing that's out there is both the men and women's Olympic teams both won.
Yeah,
gold.
they did win gold.
Yeah,
The
they
basketball
both won
team
gold.
won gold.
They did.
Yeah, they
absolutely.
did.
Yeah, we shined. We shined in Tokyo 2021.
On some
It
stuff.
was pretty good.
On some stuff. On some stuff.
What were you shining? Don't say Simone Biles. Don't say it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Don't you start with Simone. I ain't gonna let you talk about it.
I ain't
Y'all,
say nothing. I just
listen,
took a
can
little
I thank y'all for letting me interrupt the show? That was Mr. Antonis Fields, our engineer and
Don't.
executive
I wanna-
producer.
no.
We appreciate. Hey, but I had to use the bathroom because I'm old, and I've been here, and my bladder old, and I'm old, and I had to use the bathroom. I'm old and my bladder old. I had to use the bathroom.
Oh.
So anyway,
Hey,
it's a
Paul.
live show. This is what we do. So Simone Biles, Yeah, let's talk about it.
Don't. You ain't gonna let you talk about it.
Why? This is our show.
Don't you do it. Don't you.
Listen, can I say mental health is very important
Yes, it is.
in our society today. And most people don't want to talk about it or be authentic about mental health and the importance of mental health.
It is.
Listen, some people try to put a mask on and try to be who they are not feeling who they are in any particular day. We all put that mask on each and every day. We get up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We have to show up and show out.
Mm-hmm.
And regardless of what's going on in life, we could have bills due, eviction, car about to be repossessed. No matter what, we got to show up and show out. But everybody has something going on in life. And I feel as though if this woman was strong enough, this young woman, she's very young, to say to herself, I've had enough, shouts out to her.
Mm-hmm.
My love and my heart, my authentic heart goes out to her, because you know what? She had that authentic self to say to herself, I have had enough and I can't do it no dang more. And I'm not going to. And I'm down with that, because we have to pay more attention to our spirit, mind, and body and what we're going through at the moment, because that's how people commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
That's how people depression sets in, because you're trying to do something for someone else to make them happy, but not yourself.
Yep.
So you got to do what makes you happy and what makes you be able to sustain life each and every day.
That's right.
Because it's hard out here, and the pressure that's probably on her. Listen, I have pressure in my own everyday life, and sometimes I say, you know what, enough is enough. I got to calm my ass down. Forgive me, FCC. I got to calm my ass down and sit down somewhere and say, enough is enough. I can't take no more. And I just got to be me and be in a quiet place.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't understand, guess what? You don't pay my bills.
Right.
You don't live this life. You don't deal with the people I deal with. So I got to feel okay with it. We have to be authentic to ourselves. If you don't love yourself first, nobody else
How you gonna
will.
ask somebody else to love you?
Nobody else will love you if you don't love yourself. Leon, you got to love on yourself first.
Do it every day.
Now what you got to say, Leon? Now what you got to say? Leon, what you got to say?
Love me more than anybody else.
Now that I done gave the preaching, I need some time to go up in this house.
Hey, somebody get a church fan. But so, that was a good one there, partner. I liked it. Look at you.
She had a fan on that one now.
Uh-huh.
A fan on that one. But that is good though, because we have to recognize that, especially in our children too. And I say that because I have a child that I had to recognize that had some mental stuff. A lot of people don't do it in Black society because you feel like it's a mark on yourself.
Yes.
Or you feel like it looks bad on yourself, but we don't get our children help when we recognize that there is a problem. Oh, he just bad. Oh, he just he is trouble. Children have so much pressure on them that we didn't have back in the day, that I'm telling you, it's so much for them to be like everybody else. They influence with so much that's put on them to try to normalize sexuality, to try to normalize things that they don't have to do. When they go to school and try to say, well, I don't do that, it's a problem. They get picked on, they get bullied, and it hurts them.
And even down to how you dress, how you are.
Huh?
It is.
Yeah, they expect it to
It's
to follow. They expect it to be part of the in crowd.
It's the assimilation and the assumption and how everybody's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
What's the normalization of what society's supposed to look like and be like?
Yep.
Everybody's not the same.
I tell
everybody don't feel the same.
I tell my children all day, you don't have to be a follower. It's okay to be yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay to have a self-identity. If that means you ain't like everybody, that's fine. That's fine. But you have to be able to help your children and let them talk and express themselves when they hurt, when they angry, when they upset. We don't let them do it. We tell them, I'm the parent, I don't want to hear it, or we feel like they back talking. We don't want to understand what they're saying because we don't feel like they have issues and problems, or they shouldn't have those, and they do.
And there's a construct in our society, and not only in our society, especially I'll speak because I am Black. If y'all ain't noticed, I'm Black. In the Black society, I'm a light skin. I'm light skin. I'm peanut butter tan. I'm pecan tan. I'm pecan tan. So there's a construct as to what we should look like and be like and do, how we should dress, how we should talk, how we should speak. And the narrative is If you don't talk a certain way, you can't rent a house. If you don't talk a certain way, you can't get a loan. If you don't talk a certain way, you can't get a business loan. If you don't talk a certain way, you can't be respected in society and travel along with other people. But we have to build confidence in our young people. And how do we do that? By being proponents and support system to what Simone Biles did.
Yeah.
And not negate her or disrespect her or down her for how she felt. She knew that she was dealing with a lot, and she decided to downplay. And I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
And just to bring back a note too, if you have family members out there that you know, and it's a couple of people, because I had to do that for a couple of my family members. And I've had people call me, and because they have family members displaced or they out there and they see them once in a while and they don't know if they're healthy, they don't know if they ever see them, get them some protection, because, they out there in the world and they be lost. And if you don't, then get them something so they covered, because a lot of them have children and they're out there and they're by themselves. So get them covered so that at least a peace of mind for yourself to know that, well, if something happened, they covered, their children will be covered.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much again, Latoya Shaw. And we have Lysandra Muhammad from Tampa. We appreciate you, sis, being on the live. Thank you so much for being here to chime in and be a support system. You're always supporting our Smoke and Score Live broadcast. And we are about to come to a close. We will ask you to support the Smoke and Score Live broadcast, everything we do with sports, community, entrepreneurism, and the cigar culture. This is what we are here for. This is what we're here for, to help other people, other people. Did I miss something? I did. So we have all our sponsors announced on this evening. And if you want to be a sponsor and go on our live podcast as a sponsor and be a partner of ours, you can reach us at smokeandscorelive@gmail.com. Send us an inbox at email at smokeandscorelive@gmail.com or at theultimateCEOlife@gmail.com. And we can give you the rates of what we have. Some great rates going on right now. We have a great viewership and following. People have been so supportive of our content, and we greatly appreciate it. So if you want to be a sponsor and go out to where we're going, we have some great rates that we can put you on. The same way Latoya came on this evening with her content, you can do the same exact thing. So thank you again, Latoya, for coming on this evening. Any closing comments you have, Latoya?
Just to make sure that everybody check your stuff. Check your stuff. Call me. We need to improve, empower, and integrate, and go ahead and make sure we insure. So improve, insure in ourselves. That's what I want.
Improve, insure. I love it. Thank you. And guess what, Leon? What you got to say?
And another one.
And another one. So this is at Smoke and Score Live on Facebook, at Smoke and Score Live with Leon and Tracy, and we appreciate your time. And you can also find us on Instagram and YouTube at Smoke and Score Live. We will be next Thursday at Aromas. What's the date on that, producer? I don't know what that date is.
Next Thursday we'll be at the Island Girl.
Yeah, but what's the date? I don't know. But anyway, it's next Thursday at Island Girl Gate Park. 19th? Okay. The 19th. We have an amazing guest on next Thursday. And guess what? She's the lemonade lady, and she's going to bring some free samples. Ooh. CBD, THC lemonade. Y'all better come out. You don't want to miss. She going to bring that lemonade. She has infused THC and CBD lemonade that she has gotten to the public. And she's doing a great job. I appreciate it. She used to be one of my motorcycle friends. When I rode motorcycles, Leon. I was a motorcycle girl. I was riding, man. I was riding. So anyway, we'll be on next Thursday at Island Girl Gate Parkway, 7860 Gate Parkway, over there on Gate Parkway, right across the street from IKEA. So we bid you adieu, and thank you so much for chiming in. We appreciate our virtual listeners and our live studio audience. Thank you so much, and good night.
Yay, yay.